welcome to another video. So, I have been getting a lot of questions about Clawdbot and how to use it with free models. And honestly, there is a way to do it that gives you access to really good models like Claude Opus 4.5 and Gemini 3 Pro, which is insane. If you have been following my channel, you know that I have talked about Clawdbot before. It is basically a messaging gateway that lets you connect Claude Code and codecs to things like Discord, WhatsApp, and even iMessage. So, you can just text your AI assistant and get things done. It is really cool. But the big question everyone asks is about the models. Because Clawdbot is built on Claude Code's foundation, it needs access to models. And a lot of people do not realize that you can actually use Antigravity or Gemini CLI with it for free models. Well, today I'm going to show you exactly how to set up Clawdbot with Antigravity and Gemini CLI Auth, and it is actually pretty straightforward. Let me explain what we are doing here. Antigravity is Google's IDE, and it has a very generous free tier. You get access to Claude Opus 4.5, Claude Sonnet 4.5, Gemini 3 Pro, and Gemini 3 Flash. The rate limits are pretty decent for most use cases, and the best part is that Clawdbot has built-in plugins that let you use the models through this. So through the Antigravity Auth plugin, you get access to all these models for free. There is also the Gemini CLI Auth option, which is similar, but connects through the Gemini CLI authentication flow. Both work great, and you can even combine them for even better coverage. Let me show you how to set this up step by step. First, make sure you have Clawdbot installed. If you do not have it yet, just run npm install gclawdbot at latest. Once that is done, run the Clawdbot onboard command with the installed daemon flag. This will start the setup wizard and get the gateway running on your system. The gateway is what handles all the messaging connections and routes them to the AI models. Now, here is where the magic happens. For the Antigravity Auth, you need to enable the plugin first. Run Clawdbot plugins enable Google Antigravity Auth. This enables the bundled plugin that handles the authentication. After that, run Clawdbot models auth login provider Google Antigravity set default. Just follow the on-screen instructions after this, and you are connected. The plugin handles everything through the OAuth flow. It is really hassle-free. You do not need to paste any client IDs or secrets into your config file. The plugin takes care of all of that for you. For the Gemini CLI Auth, it is pretty much the same process. Run Clawdbot plugins enable Google Gemini CLI Auth. Then run Clawdbot models auth login provider Google Gemini CL I set default. Again, just follow the on-screen instructions and you will be set up in no time. The tokens are stored on the gateway host via the CLI login flow. So once you complete the setup, you are good to go. Now, here is a pro tip. You can add multiple accounts. This is huge because if you hit the rate limit on one account, Clawdbot can rotate to the next one. So if you have 2 or 3 accounts, you basically multiply your limits. Just run the auth login command again with a different account, and it will be added to the rotation. This is especially useful if you are doing heavy coding sessions, or if you have a team using the same Clawdbot instance. To see all available models after you have set things up, run Clawdbot models list. You will see all the models from your configured providers. This is useful to verify that everything is working correctly and to see what models you have access to. To set your default model, run Clawdbot models set with the provider/model format. So for Antigravity Claude, it would be something like Google Antigravity /Claude Opus 4.5. You can change this anytime depending on what kind of task you are working on. For quick tasks, you might want to use Gemini Flash, and for more complex coding tasks, Claude Opus is the way to go. Now, let me also mention the Qwen Auth option. If you want even more free options, Qwen also provides complimentary access through their device code OAuth flow. Run Clawdbot plugins enable Qwen Portal Auth, and then Clawdbot models auth login provider Qwen Portal set default. With Qwen, you get access to their coder model and vision model, which are also pretty good. The vision model is especially useful if you want to send screenshots or images to your AI assistant and have it analyze them. Now let me talk about the messaging setup. Once you have the models configured, you need to connect your messaging platforms. Run Clawdbot channels login, and it will walk you through connecting Discord, WhatsApp, Telegram, or whatever platform you want to use. The default gateway runs on localhost port 18,789, and there is actually a browser board at that same address where you can monitor everything. You can see active conversations, check usage stats, and manage your connections all from one place. One really cool feature is the multi-agent routing. Claudebot can route different types of requests to different models automatically. So if someone sends a simple question, it might use Gemini Flash for a quick response. But if someone asks for help with complex code, it can route that to Claude Opus instead. This helps you use your rate limits more efficiently. So, to summarize what we have here, you install Claudebot, enable the auth plugins you want, follow the setup instructions, and you are done. You get access to Claude Opus 4.5, Gemini 3 Pro, and Qwen models. The setup takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and then you have a fully functional AI assistant that you can talk to from Discord or WhatsApp or wherever you configure it. I have been using this setup for a while now, and it works really well. The anti-gravity free tier limits are quite generous. On extreme sessions, you might hit them, but for normal use, you probably will not even notice. One thing I want to mention is that Claudebot also supports custom providers. So if you have your own API access, or you want to use local models through Ollama, you can configure that too. It actually auto-detects Ollama if you have it running locally on the default port. So you can mix and match cloud models with local models depending on your needs. The configuration file is at ~.claudebot/claudebot.json if you want to customize things further. You can set up allo lists for who can use your bot, configure group mention rules, and a bunch of other settings. Overall, it is pretty cool. Anyway, share your thoughts below and subscribe to the channel. You can also donate via Super Thanks option or join the channel as well and get some perks. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.